Chosen one, that heaviness you have been feeling in your spirit lately, that sudden anxiety that wakes you up at 3 a.m. worrying about your future. Stop fighting it. That pressure is not a sign that you are breaking down. It is the physical symptom of a massive financial dam breaking open in the spiritual realm. You did not stumble upon this video by accident. The algorithm did not choose you. God blocked your path to bring you here. Why? Because the sudden wealth you have been praying for is finally rushing toward your timeline. The season of the thief is over. The season of divine restitution has begun. If your spirit leaps at these words, if you feel the vibration of truth right now, subscribe to align with the remnant who are receiving this download. Like this video to signal to the universe that you are the open vessel. Comment, "I am prepared," to activate your receiving mode right now. And listen to me carefully. Do not let the enemy distract you for the next 40 minutes. Because I am not just going to give you empty motivation. By the end of this video, you will have the Joseph Protocol installed in your spirit. You will know exactly how to handle the overflow so it does not destroy you. You will understand the 3-day silence rule that saves millionaires from bankruptcy. If you leave early, you get the rain without the ark. Stay until the seal is set. I know where you have been. I see you sitting on the edge of your bed. The house is quiet. The only light is the blue glow of your phone screen. You are scrolling through your bank app, scrolling through bills, and you let out that heavy sigh that nobody else hears. It is a sigh of exhaustion. Not physical tiredness, but soul tiredness. You work harder than anyone you know. You are faithful. You give. You help others. But it feels like there is an invisible glass ceiling over your finances. You watch others who have no integrity, no spiritual depth, yet they seem to effortlessly attract money, while you have to fight for every single crumb. And there is a whisper in the back of your mind, a dark thought you are too afraid to speak out loud. It says, "If God loves me so much, why does he keep me so poor? Am I being punished? Is this my lot in life? To be the one who helps everyone else succeed while I stay behind?" Let me silence that lying voice right now. You are not poor because you are lazy. You are not struggling because you lack faith. You have been in a spiritual holding pattern. God could not release high-voltage power into a system that was not grounded yet. But something shifted last night. I need you to catch this in your spirit. The delay wasn't a denial. It was a dam. And Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3 says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry." Now, look at that word tarry. In the original Hebrew, it implies a reluctance, a hesitation. But the verse says it will not tarry. That means once the appointed time hits, the reluctance is gone. The hesitation is removed. The dam breaks. You have hit the appointed time. The holding pattern is over. The permissions have been signed in the courts of heaven. But here is the danger. When a dam breaks, water does not trickle. It crashes. It floods. And what is coming towards you is not just a lucky break. It is not a lottery win. It is something far more ancient, far more powerful, and legally binding in the spiritual courts. There is a specific Hebrew word for this kind of wealth. It is a word that most believers have never truly understood, and because they do not understand it, they miss it. If you treat this next wave like luck, you will lose it. But if you treat it as this ancient word, you will keep it for generations. Do you know what that word is? That ancient Hebrew word is shalom. You might have heard of shalom, which means peace. But shalom is different. Shalom is the root of peace. It is the aggressive enforcement of restitution. Most people quote Joel chapter 2 verse 25, saying, "I will restore to you the years that the locust has eaten," and they think restore simply means giving back what was lost. If you lost 5 years of financial progress, God gives you back 5 years. That is how humans think. That is not how God thinks. In the biblical context of shalom, if a thief was caught stealing in ancient Israel, the law did not just require him to return the stolen item. The law required him to pay back double, sometimes fourfold, sometimes sevenfold. That is shalom. It is not just restoration, it is payback with heavy interest. So, when God says He is bringing a shalom season into your life, He is not just giving you back the money you lost in that bad investment. He is not just returning the salary you missed during those years of unemployment. He is compelling the universe to calculate the interest on your suffering. He is looking at the tears you cried, the sleepless nights, the humiliation you endured, and He is adding a divine penalty fee to the enemy's tab. This is why the wealth coming to you is sudden and massive. It has to be. It is compensating for decades of delay in a single moment. It is the back pay of heaven hitting your account all at once. Take a moment and let that sink in. You are not a beggar asking for crumbs. You are a creditor collecting a divine debt. The scales of justice are tipping in your favor right now. I can feel your spirit lifting. I can feel the relief washing over you. Finally, you say. Finally, I get my breakthrough. Finally, I can pay off the debts. Finally, I can buy the house. Finally, I can show all those people who doubted me that I was right. It feels like victory, does it not? It feels like the battle is over and you have won. But wait, stop celebrating. Wipe that smile off your face and listen to me very closely, because what I am about to say might save your life. This moment right here, this feeling of victory, is exactly where 90% of chosen ones fail. You think the test was the poverty. You think the test was the waiting. No, the poverty was just the training ground. The real test, the most dangerous test you will ever face, is the shalom itself. You are praying for the floodgates to open, but you have not checked the structural integrity of your dam. If God releases this level of restitution into your life today, and you are operating with your current mindset, it will not liberate you. It will liquidate you. We call it the sudden wealth syndrome. You have seen it happen. Look at the statistics of lottery winners. People who pray for a jackpot get the jackpot, and within 3 to 5 years, 70% of them are broke, divorced, or worse off than they were before they won. Why does this happen? Is it a curse? No, it is physics. You cannot put high voltage electricity into a low voltage wire. The wire will not just carry the power, the wire will melt. It will catch fire and burn the house down. You are sitting there thinking, but I am different. I am spiritual. I am not greedy. I would not buy a Ferrari. I would give to the poor. But listen to the raw thoughts hiding in your subconscious. When you imagine that money hitting your account, do you feel peace? Or do you feel a frantic energy? Do you feel steady? Or do you feel a rush to fix everything immediately? The danger is not the money. The danger is the pressure that money brings. When the shalom hits, your relatives will come out of the woodwork. Your friends will look at you differently. The imposter syndrome will scream in your ear that you do not deserve it. The fear of losing it will paralyze you. If you do not have a spiritual infrastructure built before the deposit arrives, the weight of the blessing will crush you. You are standing in the middle of a dry riverbed praying for rain. God is saying, I am sending a tsunami. And if you do not build an ark, you are going to drown in the very blessing you prayed for. So the question is not, when is the money coming? The money is already released. The question is, how do you catch a tsunami without being destroyed by it? There is a way. There is a specific spiritual technology, a protocol that was used by one man in the Bible to survive the greatest transfer of wealth in human history. He went from a prisoner in a dungeon to the prime minister of the most powerful nation on earth in 24 hours. He experienced the ultimate sudden shift. But he did not panic. He did not crumble. He flourished because he had a system installed in his spirit long before he had the power in his hand. His name was Joseph, and you need to install the Joseph protocol right now, tonight, before the sun rises on your breakthrough. If you miss this step, you lose everything. Let me show you exactly how to build your storehouse. Listen to me. The reason Joseph became the most powerful man in Egypt was not just because he could interpret a dream. Pharaoh had plenty of magicians. Pharaoh had plenty of mystics. He did not need another psychic. He needed an administrator. He needed a manager. Joseph was promoted because when he saw the vision of the 7 years of abundance, followed by 7 years of famine, he did not just pray about it. He built silos. He created a national infrastructure to hold the weight of the harvest. Genesis chapter 41, verse 34, says that Joseph appointed overseers to take 1/5 of the produce of the land of Egypt during the 7 plenteous years. He did not eat everything that came in. He stored it. He managed it. He gave the abundance a job to do. Most chosen ones stay broke because they are trying to pray down $1 million blessing into a $10 mindset. You are asking God for rain, but you have set out teacups to catch it. If the rain comes now, it will just wash over the cups and create mud. You need to dig a reservoir. So here is step 1 of the Joseph protocol. We call this the silos. You do not wait until you have the money to manage the money. That is backwards. You build the structure of wealth while you are still in the wilderness. I want you to perform a mental action with me right now. Do not move your hands, just use your mind. I want you to visualize your banking app. In your mind's eye, open that app. Right now, you probably see one main checking account, maybe a savings account that you dip into when things get tight. That is a poverty structure. That is chaos. In your imagination, I want you to see yourself clicking the button that says Open New Account. You are going to mentally open 3 specific silos right now. Silo number 1. Name it the storehouse. This is not for spending. This is not for bills. This is your Joseph reserve. This is the capital that breaks the back of the enemy when a crisis hits. Silo number 2. Name it the Goshen Fund. In the Bible, Goshen was the place where God's people were protected and provided for. This account is for your assignment. It is for giving. It is for funding the kingdom. It is the seed that ensures your harvest never stops. Silo number 3. Name it operations. This is for your life, your bills, your food, your joy. Now, here is the secret. You might have $0 to put in these accounts right now. That does not matter. Open them anyway. If your bank allows it, do it for real today. If not, write it down on paper. Why? Because the moment you name a container, you create a vacuum in the spiritual realm. Nature abhors a vacuum. When you create a specific place for the shalom to go, you are sending a signal to the Holy Spirit that you are no longer a consumer, you are a manager. You are telling heaven, I am ready to receive because I have a place to put it. When money has a name, it has a mission. When money has no name, it goes missing. The reason your money seems to disappear as soon as you get it is because it is nameless. It hits your account, gets mixed up with bills, emotions, and panic, and then it vanishes. That ends today. This leads us to step 2 of the protocol, the administration. This is the hardest part. This is where your flesh will fight you. When the sudden wealth hits, when that back pay arrives, when that settlement clears, your immediate physiological reaction will be to exhale. You will want to release the pressure. You will want to buy something, go somewhere, do something that makes you feel wealthy. You will want to prove to yourself that the suffering is over. Do not do it. That urge to spend immediately is not freedom. It is trauma response. It is your nervous system trying to self-soothe with resources that were meant for your destiny. Proverbs chapter 21 verse 20 says, "There is treasure to be desired, and oil in the dwelling of the wise, but a foolish man spendeth it up." Notice the word dwelling. The wise man gives the treasure a home. He lets it sit. He lets it accumulate. The fool spends it up. The fool eats his seed and wonders why he has no harvest next year. The administration phase requires you to impose a cooling-off period. When the harvest comes, you do not eat it on day 1. You sort it, you tithe it, you save it, you invest it, and then you live on the rest. This is the Joseph Protocol. It is the architecture of dynasty. It is how you move from being a person who needs a miracle to being a person who funds miracles for others. You have built the silos. You have accepted the administration. You have the external structure ready to hold the weight of glory. You are technically ready. But wait, there is a problem. You can have the perfect bank accounts. You can have the perfect financial plan. You can have the wisdom of Solomon on paper. But there is a silent enemy living inside your own head who has the power to veto everything we just built. There is a saboteur in your psyche that is terrified of this level of success. This enemy does not come from the outside. It comes from your own history. And if we do not perform spiritual surgery to remove this blockage right now, the moment the money arrives, this internal enemy will find a way to destroy it, simply to keep you in the familiar zone of struggle. We need to go deeper. We need to talk about the shadow that is lurking behind your prayer for abundance. Let us be honest for a moment, just you and me, no masks, no spiritual pretending. There is a reason you have subconsciously blocked this wealth from arriving until now. You have been praying for it with your mouth, but you have been repelling it with your spirit. Deep down, in the secret corners of your mind, where you do not let anyone look, you are terrified of what this money might do to you. I hear the raw thoughts spinning in your head. They sound like this. What if I change? What if I turn into one of those greedy, soulless people I despise? What if the money makes me lose my connection with God? What if I become arrogant? Or worse, what if I get the money and I am still unhappy? There is a heavy knot of guilt sitting in your stomach right now. It tells you that wanting abundance is carnal. It tells you that poverty is holy. It tells you that if you were truly spiritual, you would be content with struggling. Listen to me. That guilt is a liar, but that fear is actually a good sign. Let me tell you a story about 2 chosen ones. Let us call them David and Saul. Saul prayed for a breakthrough. He wanted the jackpot. He had no fear of money. He thought he was ready. When the settlement check finally came, it was massive, millions. Because Saul had no fear, he had no guardrails. He bought the cars. He bought the house. But then the guilt set in. He felt bad that he had so much while his family had so little. So he became the savior. He gave money to everyone who asked. He funded bad business ideas of his cousins. He paid off debts for friends who never learned to manage their own finances. He thought he was being generous, but really, he was buying love because he felt guilty for being blessed. 3 years later, Saul was not just broke, he was in debt, and everyone he helped now hated him because the money stopped flowing. Now look at David. David was terrified when the transfer hit his account. He fell on his face and said, "God, I am afraid of this power. Do not let this money ruin me." Because he respected the weight of the blessing, he did not touch it. He waited. He asked for instructions. He did not let the money possess him. He possessed the money. Today, David is not just wealthy. He is a kingdom financier who funds orphanages and ministries, and his heart is purer now than when he was broke. Here is the revelation. The fact that you are afraid of becoming corrupt proves that you are the right candidate for the wealth. Narcissists do not worry about becoming corrupt. Greedy people do not worry about losing God. Only a person with a pure heart worries about protecting their heart. Your fear is your qualification. It is the spiritual safety mechanism that will keep you humble. So I want you to perform a mental action right now. Visualize that fear of corruption. See it as a heavy stone you are carrying in your hands. Now, in your mind, I want you to place that stone on the altar. You are not ignoring the fear, you are surrendering it. You are saying, "God, I trust you to keep me pure more than I trust money to make me corrupt." Feel the weight lift off your chest. You are safe. You are ready. But now, I need you to wake up. I need you to sit up straight and wipe the sleep from your eyes, because everything I have told you so far is just the surface. I am about to shift your entire paradigm. I am about to tell you the real reason why this sudden wealth is coming. And it has nothing to do with buying a better life. It has nothing to do with your comfort. It has nothing to do with you finally getting to relax on a beach. If you think God is sending you this windfall so you can retire and live in luxury, you are asleep at the wheel. We are not in peacetime, chosen one. We are in a war. This is the twist. This is the truth that the enemy has been trying to hide from you. Money is not currency. Money is not paper. Money is ammunition. Look at the book of Exodus chapter 12. When the Israelites were leaving Egypt, God did not just tell them to leave. He told them to plunder the Egyptians. Verse 36 says, "The Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, so that they lent unto them such things as they required, and they spoiled the Egyptians. They left with gold. They left with silver. They left with precious fabrics." Why? Was it so they could look fancy while walking through the desert? Was it so they could have a fashion show in the wilderness? No. God commanded the wealth transfer for one specific purpose. He knew that when they got to Mount Sinai, he was going to give them the blueprints for the tabernacle. He was going to ask them to build a dwelling place for his glory on earth. And you cannot build a tabernacle with sand. You need gold, you need silver, you need resources. God took the wealth from the enemy, put it in the hands of his people so they could build his kingdom. The wealth coming to you is not for your consumption, it is for construction. You are not a lottery winner, you are a supply line. You are a logistics officer in the army of the Most High. The enemy has been hoarding resources. He has been using money to fund destruction, distraction, and perversion. God is saying, "Enough. I am seizing the assets of the wicked, and I am transferring them to the righteous, not because the righteous are special, but because the righteous have a mission." When you see money as ammunition, the fear disappears. A soldier is not afraid of holding bullets. He knows he needs them to win the war. You need this money to break generational curses. You need this money to free your family from the slavery of debt. You need this money to fund the vision God planted in your belly 5 years ago. Stop apologizing for needing resources. You cannot feed the hungry with a good sentiment. You need food. You cannot house the homeless with a prayer alone. You need bricks. You cannot change the world with empty pockets. You need the gold of Egypt to build the glory of Zion. This is why the attack on your finances has been so brutal. The enemy was not trying to make you poor. He was trying to disarm you. He was cutting off your supply line because he knows that a fully funded chosen one is dangerous. But the blockade is broken. The ammunition is incoming. The transfer is authorized. However, there is a rule of engagement that you must follow. When a soldier receives a massive shipment of high-grade weaponry, what is the first thing he does? Does he run into the street shouting, "Look what I have"? Does he post it on social media? Does he call everyone he knows to brag about his stockpile? No. That would be suicide. That would give away his position to the enemy snipers. You now know that money is warfare. You now know you are a target. So the moment the deposit hits your account, there is a specific protocol you must enact within the first 24 hours. Most people violate this rule immediately, and they lose the war before they even fire a single shot. You need to know the first rule of spiritual covert operations. The first rule of spiritual covert operations is the 3-day silence protocol. Write this down in your spirit. The moment the notification hits your phone, the moment the contract is signed, the moment the breakthrough manifests in the physical realm, you must initiate a total communication blackout for exactly 72 hours. This is non-negotiable. Your biological instinct will be to scream. Your dopamine levels will spike. You will want to pick up the phone and call your mother, your best friend, your partner, or post a vague celebration status on social media. You will want to treat everyone to dinner. You will want to shout, "Look at what God did." Do not do it. Freeze. Put the phone down. Seal your lips. You need 72 hours, because that is how long it takes for your neurochemistry to settle down. In the first 24 hours, you are not thinking with wisdom. You are thinking with adrenaline. If you speak while you are high on the emotion of the breakthrough, you will make promises you cannot keep. You will invite people into your circle who do not belong there. You will expose your location to the enemy before you have secured the perimeter. I want you to visualize this right now. Close your eyes for a second if you can, or just visualize it in your mind. Imagine your mouth is the heavy steel door of a bank vault. Picture yourself spinning the wheel, locking the bolts, and hearing that heavy thud as the seal engages. You are locking the information inside. You are entering the ghost phase. Why is this silence so critical? Because sound travels. And in the spiritual realm, your words create coordinates. The moment you broadcast your victory, you alert the predators that there is fresh meat in the water. This leads us to the next phase of the strategy. You need to know exactly who is coming for you, because once you pass the 3-day silence protocol and begin to operate in your new level, the enemy will dispatch specific agents to drain your resources before you can build the kingdom. We call the first attacker the parasite. The parasite is usually someone you know. It might be a relative who has not called you in 6 months. It might be a friend from high school who suddenly remembers you exist. They have a supernatural ability to smell money. They sense the shift in your atmosphere. They will not come attacking you with a sword. They will come with a smile. They will come with a crisis. Suddenly, their car broke down. Suddenly, they have a once-in-a-lifetime business opportunity that just needs a little capital. They will use the language of relationship to bypass your logic. They will say things like, "We are family," or "I thought we were boys." If you have not engaged the silence protocol, you will feel the pressure to prove you are still a good person, and you will give them the seed that was meant for your soil. You must recognize the parasite not by their need, but by their timing. If their emergency aligns perfectly with your breakthrough, it is not a coincidence, it is a demonic withdrawal attempt. If you manage to block the parasite, the enemy will send the second attacker. We call this one the guilt tripper. This is a more subtle psychological attack. This person weaponizes your own empathy against you. They will make comments about how money changes people. They will talk about how rich people are greedy. They will look at your new blessing and sigh, acting like they are the victims of your success. They want you to apologize for being the chosen one. They want you to dim your light so it does not hurt their eyes. They want you to feel heavy for prospering while they are struggling. But hear me clearly, your poverty cannot save them. Your bankruptcy cannot help them. You cannot pull anyone up if you are standing in the hole with them. Do not let the guilt tripper manipulate you into rejecting the harvest God gave you. You can lock your doors against the parasite. You can block the number of the guilt tripper. You can defend yourself against every external enemy that comes to steal your ammunition. But there is a third enemy, and this one is the most dangerous of all, because you cannot lock him out. He is already inside the house. He is not coming from your contacts list. He is speaking from your own mirror. There is a voice rising up in your throat right now, a voice that sounds exactly like you, but it is lying to you. It is whispering that you are a fraud. It is whispering that this was all a mistake. We need to confront the sniper living in your own mind. This sniper is called the imposter syndrome. When the money actually hits your account, when the contract is finally in your hand, a strange coldness might wash over you. Instead of jumping for joy, you might feel a sudden urge to apologize. A voice will whisper in your ear saying, "This is a mistake. They are going to find out you are not qualified. You do not deserve this. You should give it back before you get in trouble." This is not humility. This is the spirit of slavery trying to survive in the palace. It is your old identity as a struggling victim, fighting against your new reality as a kingdom treasurer. If you listen to this voice, you will subconsciously self-sabotage. You will make a bad decision, or lose the money, or give it away to the wrong person, just to get back to the familiar feeling of struggle. I want you to do something with me right now. In your mind, visualize that voice of doubt as an old, unwanted tenant living in a room in your brain. This tenant has not paid rent in years. He has only brought you anxiety and fear. Right now, in your spirit, I want you to walk up to that door. Imagine yourself holding the eviction notice signed by God Himself. Slide it under the door. You do not need to argue with the doubt. You just need to serve it notice. Say to yourself, "My season of struggle is evicted. My season of stewardship has begun. I belong here. Let me prove to you that this silence and this confidence actually work. Let me tell you about a chosen one. Let us call her Sarah." Sarah had been in debt for 10 years. She was the black sheep of her family, always borrowing money, always the one people looked down on. Then, suddenly, a business idea she had been working on in secret took off. A massive licensing deal came through. It was enough money to buy a house cash and retire her parents. Her old self wanted to run to her family immediately and scream, "Look at me now!" She wanted to shove her success in their faces to heal the wound of rejection. But she didn't. She activated the silence protocol. She sat in her small apartment for 3 days, staring at the number on her screen. fighting the imposter syndrome that told her it was a fluke. She waited until her nervous system calmed down. She set up her silos. She put the money into the storehouse. And only after 6 months, when she had fully stepped into her new identity, did she make a move. She did not buy a flash car to impress people who did not care about her. She bought a commercial building that now houses her business and feeds 50 other families. When she finally told her family, she did not say it with the energy of, "I told you so." She said it with the quiet authority of a matriarch. That is the difference. The silence protocol turned her from a lottery winner into a legacy builder. And this brings us to the final piece of your defense strategy. You have blocked the external parasites. You have evicted the internal imposter. Now, you must go on the offensive. This is framework number 3, the 10% warfare fund. This is different from your tithe. Your tithe is obedience. The warfare fund is strategy. The quickest way to kill the spirit of greed that tries to attach itself to new wealth is to release money voluntarily. Greed holds on tight. Stewardship lets go. I want you to commit right now that when the sudden wealth comes, you will take 10% of the overflow and designate it specifically for aggressive kindness. This is not for keeping the lights on at church. This is for finding a single mother and paying her rent for a year anonymously. This is for finding a student and paying off their tuition without them ever knowing your name. When you do this, you hack your own psychology. You prove to your subconscious mind that the money does not own you. You own the money. You prove that you are a conduit, not a dam. And when heaven sees that the pipe is open at the bottom, heaven pours more in at the top. So look at where you stand. You have the Joseph protocol to manage the flow. You have the silence protocol to protect the perimeter. You have the warfare fund to keep your heart pure. You are tactically ready. You are strategically fortified. But there is one final problem. And this is the most critical piece of the puzzle. You have the strategy of a king. You have the treasury of a king. But spiritually, you are still wearing the clothes of a beggar. You still walk with your head down. You still carry the trauma of the rejection in your posture. You cannot enter the king's treasury wearing the rags of the wilderness. The security guards of destiny will not let you in. Before the physical manifestation can stick, we need to change your spiritual wardrobe. We need to shift your identity from survivor to ruler. Are you ready to change your clothes? The Bible tells us in Deuteronomy chapter 8 verse 18, "But thou shalt remember the Lord thy God, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth, that he may establish his covenant." Notice the pattern. Power to get wealth. Why? To establish the covenant. The wealth is not for the person. The wealth is for the covenant. The person is just the treasurer. For years, you have been walking through life with the posture of a beggar. I want you to check your body right now. Even as you listen to me, are your shoulders hunched forward? Is your chest collapsed? Is there a tightness in your stomach that says, "I hope I can survive this month"? That is the posture of an orphan. That is the posture of someone who is begging God for crumbs. And as long as you wear that energy, the king cannot hand you the keys to the treasury. A king does not do business with beggars. He does business with ambassadors. We need to strip off those rags of poverty right now, not tomorrow, right now. I want you to perform a somatic shift. You do not need to stand up if you are driving or lying down. But inside your body, I want you to lengthen your spine. Imagine there is a golden string pulling the top of your head toward heaven. Open your chest. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. This is not just physical, it is spiritual. You are expanding your capacity to receive. You are signaling to the universe that you are no longer shrinking back in fear. You are standing up to take your post. Close your eyes for a moment if you can, or just soften your gaze. I want you to see yourself standing in front of a massive set of double doors. These are the doors to the divine treasury. Behind those doors is the shalom, the restitution, the resources, the funding for your vision. For years, you have been banging on these doors, crying, begging, asking, "Why not me?" But the doors stayed shut. Now, look down at your hands in this vision. You are not holding a begging bowl anymore, you are holding a key. The key is the Joseph protocol. The key is the silence. The key is the warfare mindset. You are not an outsider trying to break in. You are the appointed manager arriving to open the shop. Feel that shift in your gut. That is the difference between hoping for money and commanding resources. You are no longer asking, "God, please give me money." You are saying, "Father, the treasurer is present. I am ready to receive the assets required for the mission. What are your orders for this capital?" Do you feel the authority in that question? The panic is gone. The desperation is gone. It is replaced by a calm, cold, royal certainty. You have passed the test of the wilderness. You have learned that man does not live by bread alone. You have learned to trust God when the account was empty. And because you stayed faithful in the dark, you are now qualified to shine in the light. The clothes of the beggar have dissolved. You are now wearing the mantle of the steward. The preparation is complete. The silos are built. The enemies are blocked. The identity is shifted. We are at the finish line, chosen one. The atmosphere in this video has changed. Can you feel the density? The portals are opening. The angels of finance are standing at attention, waiting for the decree. I am about to speak the seal over your life. I am about to lock this new reality into your timeline so that the enemy cannot steal it. This is not just a prayer. This is a coronation. This is where we sign the contract in the spirit realm. Do not be passive now. This is the moment you were born for. Adjust your focus. Take a deep breath. All preparations are finished. The gates of heaven are swinging open. Do not just sit there. Rise up in your spirit. The activation ceremony begins right now. Do not rush this moment. The teaching is over. The strategy session is closed. Now we enter the Holy of Holies. This is where the transaction actually happens. If you are multitasking, stop. If you are distracted, focus. If you can, close your eyes. If you are driving, keep them open, but turn your spiritual gaze inward. We are about to enter the courtroom of heaven to legally alter your financial destiny. You cannot enter this court with noise in your spirit. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Fill your lungs with the expectation of the sudden, hold it at the top, and exhale the exhaustion of the waiting. Let it go. Again, inhale the authority of the king. Hold it. Exhale the identity of the beggar. Push it out of your system. One more time. Deepest breath yet. Inhale the shalom. Hold it. And as you exhale, I want you to feel your physical body getting heavy. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw unhinge. Let your hands relax. You are now standing on holy ground. The atmosphere around you is shifting. The angels of finance, who have been standing with their arms crossed because of your blockage, are now uncrossing their arms. They are drawing their swords. They are ready to cut the cords that I am about to name. I call your spirit to attention. Spirit of the chosen one, come to the front. The mind can sleep, but the spirit must listen. We begin with the renunciation. Before we can build the silos, we must demolish the altars of poverty. Repeat after me in your spirit, or say it out loud if you are alone. I declare today, before the Supreme Judge, that I renounce the vow of poverty. Father, search my bloodline. Somewhere in my history, or somewhere in my own theology, I made an agreement with lack. I believed the lie that to be poor is to be holy. I believed the lie that struggle is my badge of honor. I shatter that agreement right now. I tear up that contract. I declare that poverty is not a fruit of the Spirit. It is a curse of the law, and I am redeemed from the curse. I renounce the identity of the victim. I renounce the comfort of self-pity. I refuse to bond with my trauma any longer. My wounds are not my identity. My struggle is not my residence. I speak now to the spirit of delay. You, who have followed this chosen one for decades. You, who make sure that everything arrives late. You, who make sure that the money comes the day after the bill is due. You, who make sure they always almost win, but never truly break through. I arrest you in the name of the Most High. Your assignment is cancelled. The timeline is being accelerated. The season of delay is consumed by the fire of God. I speak to the spirit of sabotage, the imposter, the internal voice that makes them feel unworthy, the voice that makes them reject opportunities. I expose you. You are a squatter in the king's palace. You have no legal right to dwell in the mind of God's treasurer. I serve you an eviction notice written in the blood of the covenant. Pack your bags. You must leave this mind. You must leave this nervous system. Chosen one, visualize chains falling off your wrists. Not imaginary chains, real, heavy, rusted chains of limitation. Hear them hitting the floor, clang, clang, clang. The weight is leaving your chest. The constriction is leaving your throat. I break the curse of not enough. I break the curse of just enough. I break the curse of robbing Peter to pay Paul. I break the curse of debt cycles. I break the curse of financial betrayal. I locate the root of the devourer in your finances, the thing that eats your money through car repairs, through medical bills, through sudden emergencies. I rebuke the devourer for your sake. I command the holes in your pocket to be sealed. Whatever has been leaking out of your life, it stops today. The leak is plugged. The drain is closed. I want you to feel the emptiness of the vessel now. You have been emptied of the lies. You have been emptied of the agreements with darkness. You are clean. You are hollowed out. You are a vacuum waiting to be filled. Stay in this place of emptiness for a moment. Do not rush to fill it yet. Feel the peace of having no enemies in your perimeter. The silence you feel right now is the sound of a clean house. In this silence, the new structure begins to rise. We are about to install the software of the wealthy. We are about to put the robe of the treasurer on your shoulders. Keep your eyes closed. Keep your spirit open. We are moving from the demolition phase to the construction phase. Now that the foundation is clean, we build. I want you to visualize a heavy, royal mantle descending from the heavens right now. It is purple and gold. It carries the weight of responsibility, but it does not feel heavy to you. It feels like armor. It feels like protection. In your mind's eye, feel that mantle settling onto your shoulders. Feel the fabric of authority touching your skin. This is the mantle of the treasurer. You are no longer a child asking for allowance. You are a prince managing the estate. I seal this identity into your DNA. I command your posture to align with this mantle. I command your voice to align with this authority. You will no longer speak the language of lack. You will speak the language of logistics. I now install the 3 protocols into your operational system. I seal the Joseph protocol upon your mind. From this day forward, you will not be ruled by chaos. You will be ruled by divine order. When the overflow comes, you will not panic. You will build. I command your mind to become a magnet for strategy. I rebuke the spirit of confusion. You will know exactly which accounts to open, where to invest, and how to steward every single cent. I seal the silence protocol upon your lips. I place a spiritual guard over your mouth. You will not cast your pearls before swine. You will not leak your blessing to those who cannot carry it. I give you the power of restraint. Wisdom is now your default setting. I seal the warfare protocol upon your heart. You will not be possessed by greed. You will be a river, not a reservoir. I declare that your hand will be swift to give. And because you are swift to give, heaven will be swift to replenish. The spirit of mammon has no hold on you. Now, I speak a prophetic decree over the specific areas of your life. Open your hands in the spirit to receive this. I speak to your bank accounts. I command them to align with the abundance of heaven. I rebuke the cycle of overdrafts. I rebuke the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck. I declare that your accounts will become storehouses for the kingdom. Money will hunt you down. Resources will find you, not for luxury, but for legacy. I speak to the land and real estate. I declare that you will own, not rent. I command deeds with your name on them to be released from the courts of heaven. God is giving you houses you did not build and vineyards you did not plant, simply because you are the trusted steward. I speak to your family and your bloodline. I declare that the poverty stops with you. Your children will never know the struggle you knew. They will start their lives on the platform of your obedience. You are the cycle breaker. You are the new prototype. I speak to your health. I command the stress of financial worry to leave your cells right now. I wash the cortisol out of your blood. I speak peace to your nervous system. You will sleep, sweet sleep. You will wake up refreshed. The days of grinding your teeth in anxiety are over. Chosen one, look at your hand in the spirit realm. I want you to feel a weight on your finger. The king is placing his signet ring upon you. This ring gives you the power of attorney in the spirit. What you bind on earth is bound in heaven. What you loose on earth is loosed in heaven. You are fully equipped. You are fully funded. You are fully authorized. I commission you now. Go forth and be the Joseph of your generation. Go forth and build the storehouses. Go forth and feed the nations. The drought is over. The rain is here. I seal this prayer in the name that is above every name. It is done. It is irrevocable. Now, do not just click away. Do not rush back to the noise. Sit in this power for 60 seconds. Let the silence cement this work. You are dismissed from the wilderness. Welcome to your harvest.